Welcome to the unboxing video for the Glion eBike B1 model 510. First thing you're going to want to do is take your scissors and cut your plastic straps. Being careful not to damage the box, as this box can be used for warranty returns or returning of the bike. Now take a knife and carefully cut the tape all the way around. Being careful not to cut your finger. Now, with a second person, you're going to want to open the box and carefully lift the bike out. Being sure to check the box for the charger and any fallen parts. The next step you're going to want to do is take this piece of paper, and on it has our website. You can go to the website listed there and on your screen and go and get our manual. You can download it and print it off so that you can follow along with our videos and our unboxing video. Now we're going to unfold the bike, taking a pair of scissors and carefully removing the plastic that holds the wheels together. Being careful to make sure these cables feed in properly and do not pinch your fingers. We will engage the two-stage locking to make sure it's in place, and then we will lower the kickstand. Now we're going to remove the packaging. For this step, I recommend you use a pair of scissors and a side cutter. The side cutter is for cutting the zip ties. Be careful on all cuts to make sure you don't accidentally cut any of the cables. Now you want to make sure that all the parts are included. Inside should be a rear axle cap, a rear reflector, 2 spoke reflectors, 3 reflector caps, a wrench, an Allen wrench with a Phillips head screwdriver end, 2 pedals, one marked R, one marked L, and your charger. And clipped on the cables on the front of the bike are your battery pack keys. Make sure you keep one on the bike and one in a secure location. Now we're going to adjust our handlebars from the shipping position to riding position. We'll flip them up, locking them in place and making sure that it's secure. Then we will take our 5mm provided Allen wrench, loosening the 2 bolts. Then you can tip until the brakes are approximately parallel with the ground, and then alternating between the front bolt and the back bolt, begin to tighten them down until they're snug. Our goal is to make sure that they are at 12 foot-pounds. Now, if you don't have a torque wrench to check this, you can go to your local bike shop and they can check the strength to make sure that you're right. All right, thank you. Now we can gently adjust the LCD screen up. I recommend pushing on the corners, not on the screen, as to not damage the screen. Now we're going to adjust the pedestrian bell. Using the Phillips end on your Allen wrench, we are going to loosen the single screw on the bottom until it's loose enough that it moves, and then we're going to tip it up, making sure that the bell is positioned so that your thumb can easily get to it, along with not getting in the way of the other bike mechanisms. Then we are going to use our end and tighten it up. And then make sure that it won't move and it's secure. Now we're going to install the rear reflector. What we're going to do now is we're going to release the seat and slide it out. We are going to take our rear reflector and place it on the seat post, sliding it up about as high as it can go. And we will tighten it at its center location, making sure that it stays center. Then we will reinstall the seat post, locking in place. Now, you will make sure that the reflector faces the rear and is perpendicular to the ground, and tighten it securely to make sure that any vehicles or pedestrians behind you know where you are. Now we're going to install the spoke reflectors. Now, there is a slight taper to the reflectors, and the easiest way to tell which way it needs to go is to place it inside the wheel. If it's flush, that is the correct way. You will put it between the spokes, opposite of the valve stem is where we want to put it, and there is an inside and an outside of the spokes. You're going to have it inside of the spokes, but you're going to be attaching it to one of the overlapping spokes. We will take our cap, place it in there, and using a flathead screwdriver, we're going to turn it. Now you want to be careful to only turn it about a quarter of a turn until it just gently clicks into place. Do not over tighten or it will break. That's why there is a spare in your equipment. And we are ready to go to the back one. Now we're going to install our rear spoke reflector. And again, we are opposite of our valve stem. Placing the plastic cap in there, rotating it a quarter of the way until it gently clicks, and it is locked in place. While we're down here, we are going to remove our axle cover, which is there for shipping, and if you want to hold onto this just in case, you can. And then you will take our rear axle cover and just gently get it on there. And the back end is ready to go. Now we're going to install our pedals. You have two pedals, a left and a right. There is a little sticker on them that shows that it's right. If by some chance the sticker is gone, there are two little R's that are punched into the frame of the pedal just in case. You'll also notice that on the sticker is a little arrow that shows you which way you need to rotate it in order to install it onto the bike. Now, once you start rotating it, if it doesn't turn easily, make sure that you haven't cross-threaded. Once it starts going, you're ready to go. And if it's easy, you're correct. And you'll get to a certain point where it'll just stop spinning, but it'll keep going here. You will take your included wrench, and you're going to give it a few more turns until it gets nice and snug. And then once you get it snug, go just a little bit further so it's nice and tight, because you don't want these to come off. Now we'll install the other side. Now we're going to install the left pedal. The same thing as the right pedal, there is a sticker, and on the sticker it has which way you tighten it. Now this is an important detail, is the left side is reverse threaded compared to the right side, so that when you're installing it, instead of turning it towards yourself, you're going to go counterclockwise away, and the same thing. If it turns easy and starts going in, you're threaded properly. If it sticks, reverse thread it out of there, and then make sure that you aren't cross-threaded, because you do not want to screw up the threads on your bicycle. And once you get to the point, you will take your wrench and you'll start tightening it. And the same thing, once it gets tight, give it a little bit more, and you're ready to go. This concludes our unboxing and assembly video for the Glion Model B1 510 e-bike. Remember to go to our website and download the manual and read it in its entirety. Also, watch our very handy operation video for the bike. Thank you very much for your purchase.